I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. I lied to you guys. But I'm making up for it. Today we got a good video. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Big moves. Lots of things happening. I think you guys are going to be excited for it. So, that being said, we're on our way to the shop right now. And let me update you guys with what's been going on for the past month or so. Because I've missed almost a month now in videos. And I almost never miss a video since I've started the channel. But things happen. But I got a lot of stuff done. But enough talking. Let's get you guys to the shop and I'll catch you guys up. We're back here at the shop. We got a few things done to the shop that I've been doing in the past month or so. So let me show you guys that and update it. Obviously, we're missing a car right here. Brandon's car is actually at the dyno right now. He got a new turbo. We did the head work and new head gasket and whatnot. So that's at the dyno getting tuned as we speak. We got this couch here. Shout out to Robert. We got the vise there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Big thing, big flex, whatever. I got this storage shelf thing so we can actually have all our stuff on a shelf instead of lined up all the way across the floor. Makes it look a lot more organized, a lot more neat. This is a new car here for you guys. That's actually Robert's car. Robert, you guys have seen him in a few videos.
You can see on my rear main.
How so? He actually moved in because Matt with the black S14 with the 2J moved over to Wisconsin and starting a new life over there. Still has his race car, still doing good things. But to fill a spot, we got Robert in the shop with us now. And of course, we got good old trusty S13. So let me show you guys exactly what is going on so far. But before I show you guys something, I want you guys to hear something. So let me flip a few switches. That right, the S13 is officially running and we're taking this thing to the dyno in this video, which is tomorrow for me, but for you guys will be in just a few seconds, so hang on in there. So what did you guys miss exactly on the S13 besides it runs now? Not too much, but quite a bit, so let me show you guys that. So you guys know we got the single turbo upgrade. We pulled it out last video. I believe we just pulled it out because my trans was messed up. Had to end up doing the detents. That's all good now. Feels great. Shifter feels amazing. So we got it back in. We got the turbo blankets, the downpipe made. I showed you guys that in the other video, I believe. We got our expansion tank. So this actually taps into the water pump for the feed and returns up here to the top of the radiator. That makes it to where if you look here, our radiator cap is right here. The water neck is higher than radiator cap. This, our expansion tank, is now way above everything. So that's our highest point. We can bleed off of that, make sure we get all the air out of this cooling system. So not only did we do the expansion tank, I built this little heat shield here to protect the harness because my harness ran across here. It's covered in this DEI foil heat sleeve thing. But just to be extra safe, I made myself a heat shield, got some heat reflective tape. Also, it comes out to here, so it blocks off everything in here. Keeps everything nice and cool, hopefully. We got this catch can set up. So we had DefWorks modified for us. It's just an Amazon catch can. And we got the catch can lines here. It's not quite done yet. The exhaust side is done. We got our radium fittings, the press and fittings, pulled out the original stuff. And it's just a 10 AN line to the fitting. We got one more for this side. The line's right there, just put off to the side. That's what we're going to do today. So we got to do that, take off this PCV thing. And what else? We got the turbo oil feed and the boost vacuum line, whatever, all wrapped up in the DEI heat sleeve. That way we don't cook the vacuum lines and don't overheat anything or destroy lines pretty much. In the turbo oil drain, It's you can't see it obviously because it's under this, but it has the DI heat sleeving, like this one, like the silicone ones. But I also went ahead and doubled up with the foil split loom thing, just to give it some extra protection, just because it's very close to the manifold, as you can see there. So I want all the protection I can get. Also, if you check out the wastegate down here, if it'll focus, you can kind of see the heat wrap that I have around the wastegate lines. I'm going to take that out, but I will put it back in because I have more of this heat wrap that I'm going to put around the lines just to make sure everything's nice and protected. Last thing I want is for vacuum lines to be getting cooked because of all the heat. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me show you guys exactly what it is. So from Radium, we got our little press and fitting for the intake manifold side. This is going to replace that rubber grommet and the check valve thing that goes in there. And this is just going to go straight to the catch can. We also got our DEI fire sleeve. And we got the smaller ones for the vacuum lines. This one is going to go on the catch can lines, just like this one. We're going to cover this whole line with it just so it's protected from all the heat. As you guys know, heat management is a really big thing when it comes to drift cars especially. So we're just going to take all the precautions that we can and get to it. So I'm not going to bore you guys with any time lapse because you guys are here for the dyno. So that being said, you guys heard me talk enough. Let's go ahead and slap all this stuff on there. And we'll go for a little test drive real quick and then we'll load it up on the trailer. So let's use some YouTube magic. You see it? And we're all done. As you can see, we got the radium fitting in, our line made. And let me get the light here for you guys. And if you look closely inside, those two vacuum lines are no longer in the foil wrap, but it is in the little heat sleeving for those lines. So they're individually wrapped. Should be much better insulated. So now that this is all done, we just got to do a few more things and we're ready for the dyno. But we'll see you guys at the dyno. Alright, so we're here at the dyno. Cars on the dyno packs. Ran the car, did a little bit of things. Didn't actually do a pull yet, but we found out that my wideband sensor is actually Dunzo. It's a brand new sensor. I don't know why it'd go bad, but it is. So Danny's gonna hook up his dyno wideband sensor on it and gonna go in and see. Hopefully we can do a pull. So quick update, we had a few more issues. Our cam sensor, I don't know if it's a cam sensor, we're hoping it's a cam sensor, so we just switched it. But it revs up to about 5,000 and fully just misfires, sputters, whatever. And yeah, so we swapped those out and we're gonna do another pull, hopefully it works. So the cam sensors weren't the issue, and then it ended up being the crank sensor. We swapped the polarity on that crank sensor plug, and we think it's okay. So we're gonna do some pulls and see how it goes. So we ran into problems where the clutch was slipping. I think it has something to do with the clutch delay valve. So we took that off, put a -3 to -3 like fitting in between them. So no more clutch delay valve. We're gonna see if that works. Hopefully that was causing our issues and we'll be okay, but fingers crossed. So we're running into the issue where my fuel pressure is dropping. I'll put the clip in right here. So We found out that my pump was actually pressed up against the bottom of the tank. Hopefully that's going to be our problem. So RJ's helping us out. It's going to cut off the little tab right here, and we're going to move the fuel pump up a little bit, and hopefully that fixes our problem. Fingers crossed. Thanks, dog.
It's still dropping?
Yeah. So we're going to try to pull without the fans.
What piece of shit fuel pressure regulator is that?
It's the cheap one. Well, guys, we did not solve the issue. It's still dropping fuel pressure. My clutch is still slipping. So I think we're going to call it, unfortunately. I think my pressure plate's a little too light. Hopefully that's the issue, not the actual clutch disc. And either way, the motor is going to come out. Pull trans is going to come out, and we're going to figure something out. But as far as today, it's a bust. We did the best we can. Danny did a great job. It's a fresh build, and it is what it is. We'll figure it out, and we'll come back stronger. So I might end the video here. If not, we'll see.